Welcome to the Vuforia Cloud Recognition tutorial for Unity. In this tutorial, I'm going to be discussing the features and capabilities of the Vuforia Cloud Recognition service and how these are implemented in Unity. I'll show you how to add targets to the Cloud Recognition service and how to develop Cloud Recognition apps using the Cloud Recognition prefab in Unity. I'll walk you through the creation of a simple Cloud Recognition application and then demo that on a device. Vuforia's Cloud Recognition service enables you to recognize up to 1 million individual images. Unlike a device database, which is stored on the user's mobile device, cloud databases exist online. You can add, update, and manage your targets through the Target Manager or programmatically using the Vuforia Web Services API. For this tutorial, I'll be using our Cloud Recognition sample application and modifying it to demonstrate how you can customize the way that a target is augmented based on the metadata associated with that target. We'll be using the targets provided with the sample and configuring the application to render either the dragon model or the teapot. Let's get started. The first thing that you'll need to do is to create a new cloud database within the Target Manager. Select the Cloud Database tab, and after you follow the steps to sign up for the plan that suits your needs, you'll be able to create a new cloud database. Simply click Create Database within the Cloud Database tab and give the database a name. Then select your newly created database to begin adding targets. The UI for your database presents an index of the targets in that database, a summary of the status of those targets, and an interface for obtaining the keys you'll need to query the database. We'll be using the client access keys. The server access keys are used when uploading targets and managing your database using the Vuforia Web Service API. You can find documentation and samples for the VWS API in the Resources section of our Developer Portal. Now let's add our targets. Select Add Target and define a name and width for the new target. Then select a target image file. I'm also going to add a metadata file to be associated with this target. This metadata will be returned along with the target search result when the target is recognized. The file can contain up to 150 kilobytes of text or 200 kilobytes if you use a base 64 encoding. The metadata that I've created defines which augmentation should be associated with this target. Now I'll add my target and give the service a few minutes to process it. When the target is ready, its status will be listed as active, and you'll see that it has an augmentable rating. This tutorial is using 2 targets, so let me add another as well. Now that I have my targets uploaded, I need to obtain the client access keys for this database so that I can query them. You can copy your keys directly from the web page or download them as a text file. Now I'm going to show you how Vuforia enables you to create a cloud recognition application in Unity. I've created a new Unity project, and I'm going to import the Vuforia Cloud Recognition sample project into that. The sample includes the Vuforia plugin and a cloud recognition prefab, along with scripts for handling cloud recognition events. You can see these in the Vuforia Cloud Recognition scene. In order to enable the prefab to query your cloud database, you need to add your client access keys to their respective fields in the CloudReco Behaviors Inspector. This is also where you can customize the colors of your scanline and feature point effects. These are built-in UI elements that appear when the app is actively attempting to detect an image. Now I'm going to remove the elements of the scene that are specific to the sample. We'll reduce the scene to the basic elements that are necessary for creating a cloud recognition application. I'm removing the Content Manager and Animation Manager because we won't need them. I also need to remove all references to the Content Manager from the sample menu on the Cloud Recognition prefab. Lastly, I'll remove the book information object. And I'm going to replace the Cloud Rico event handler with a version that I've created for this demo. It's a bit simpler and easier to understand. You can see that the event handler references the Cloud Rico behavior, the Vuforia image tracker, and also an image target that is used as a template for targets that are returned when an image is recognized. The image tracker is defined in the onInitialized method, and the Cloud Rico behavior component is obtained in the start method. Cloud recognition search results are handled in the onNewSearchResult method, which receives a struct describing the target that has been recognized. One of the fields of the target search result struct is the metadata field, which we'll be using to determine which model to augment the template target with. I'm simply going to check this metadata string to select which model should be rendered, either the dragon or the teapot. Now I need to import those models and add them to my scene. And now I can add the scene in build settings and push this demo to a device for testing.